Once upon a time in the sunny meadow of Duckburg, there was a peculiar sight. Right in the middle of the field stood a tall tree with fluttering green leaves, and perched in its branches was none other than a curious goat. Donald Duck, who was out for his morning stroll, stopped in his tracks. He rubbed his eyes and blinked. "How did you manage to get up there, silly goat?" he exclaimed. The goat bleated helplessly, looking down at him with wide eyes. Donald scratched his head and thought hard. "I have to get you down," Donald declared, feeling determined. Donald's first idea was to make a ladder climbing contraption, but alas, ladders slipped right off his roof. Frustrated but not defeated, he walked back home, pondering. Suddenly, an idea popped into his feathery head. "Of course, I'll make a funny ramp," Donald quacked, smiling and waddling faster. Back at his quirky little house, Donald started gathering the oddest assortment of items one could imagine: pillows, planks, and even balloons. With a grin on his bill, he worked away feverishly. First, Donald lined up the planks in a zigzag pattern, so the ramp would be wide and sturdy. "Steadily does it," he muttered to himself as he hammered and nailed. Next, he covered the ramp generously with pillows. "Can't forget comfort," Donald giggled. Finally came the fun part: balloons. Donald added bright, colorful balloons along the edges of the ramp. "A little joy never hurts," he chuckled. With the ramp ready, Donald wheeled it all the way back to the mysterious tree. The goat watched intently as Donald worked on securing the ramp under its branch. "All right, friend, it's time to come down," Donald clucked encouragingly. Slowly and with great enthusiasm, the goat took its first step onto the balloon-festooned ramp. It bounced gently along the pillows, and to its delight and Donald's amazement, floated down in playful jumps. Finally, the goat reached the bottom without a scratch. It bleated happily and nuzzled Donald in gratitude. Donald laughed and patted it gently. "You're welcome, but let's stay out of trees, shall we?" And so, with a wave goodbye, the goat trotted back to its herd, and Donald finished his stroll with a spring in his step, ready to help wherever his feathered adventures might take him. From then on, Donald was known as the friend of goats, and the meadow had one less curious caper to worry about.